All right, we're gonna today in college prep gonna look at ACT and SAT. A couple of things you need to know about this, and these are going to be some things to help you determine which one you will need to take, or if you should take both of them as you are preparing for college. So let's just take a look at a couple of these. I do want you to take some notes. You don't need to write everything down on the screen, but I would write the important details because you will have a open note test on this here in the coming weeks on the ACT. So let's take a look and learn about what the ACT is. There is a big difference between ACT and the SAT. So you've probably heard about both of those. The SAT has a stronger vocabulary focus, while the ACT test is advanced math and science. So right off the bat, there's two main differences. So if you have a strong vocabulary and you do really well at vocabulary, then the SAT is the one that you would want to focus in on. And of course, there's some other things that we'll talk about the difference. But the ACT tends to test more towards an advanced math and science kind of a um, point of view. And so what I would do is I would go ahead and write that one down, that the SAT has stronger vocabulary focus, while ACT advanced math and science tends to be its primary focus. So vocabulary is going to be weighted much more strongly on the SAT than it is on the ACT, because there's going to be a lot of questions that are designed to take several reads to understand. So you have to read things a few times. On the other hand, the ACT will include a science section that is designed to test reading and reasoning skills and test at a higher level math than the SAT. Um, so you'll have trigonometry as well as the basic arithmetic, algebra 1, algebra 2, geometry. They're all tested on the SAT. So if you have a strong academic performance for language over math and science or vice versa, that'll help you decide which test to take. So do you do really well at maths and sciences? If so, then the SAT is your way to go. If it is vocabulary that you feel like you do a lot better on, then shoot for the SAT and take them. Now, my personal opinion is if I were you, I would take both of them just to see which one you do better. Take a bunch of practice tests online, take your practice ACT, take your practice SAT, see which one you score higher on. And whichever one you score higher on, then go take it. But it wouldn't hurt if you took both the ACT and the SAT. So some more differences between ACT and SAT is that the ACT is much shorter. So it's not as long as um, the SAT is. And so go ahead and write that down. The ACT is shorter. If you struggle with like focusing for long periods of time, then the ACT will probably be for you, because the ACT test only lasts 2 hours and 55 minutes, where the SAT is a 3 hour and 45-minute test. So attention span, not so long. ACT. You can have an attention span and you're geared towards more vocabulary type things. SAT all the way. There's some research that shows that students with learning disabilities tend to do better on an ACT because of its short time period of testing. And the writing section on the ACT is optional. The SAT, you're required to have to write in the writing section, where the ACT, you can choose to do it or not. Now, some schools, and you'll need to check whatever school you're applying for, they will require a writing section if you take the ACT. So again, personal opinion is if you take the ACT, go ahead and do the writing section as well, just so you have it. You don't want to get caught up later on realizing that you needed that to get into the school that you want to go to, and now you got to go back and take it in order to do that. So just go ahead and knock that out to start with. So it's totally optional, but if you want to play it safe and play it smart, I would strongly suggest that you do the writing portion of the ACT. Now, the SAT is more complex. So it's not as short. It's, like we said, a little bit longer. It's a 3 hour and 45-minute test. The ACT is straightforward content test, which it makes it easier for students who are familiar with content type testing. But the SAT focuses on logic and reasoning rather than just content. And that might make it better for students who do well with puzzles and are willing to learn SAT specific strategies to raise their scores. So there's more complexity to it. In no way, shape, or form are we saying that the ACT is easier than the SAT. Both tests are going to be the same, except they're going to be geared and made around what kind of learner you are and what you would excel at. If you're more math driven and math driven or science driven, ACT is probably the way. If it's more vocabulary type driven and you just can understand complex things and straightforward reasoning and logic, then the SAT is going to be for you. So I don't want you seeing this going, well, it sounds like the ACT is a lot better to take because it doesn't take as long. You don't have to do the writing. And that's not why you want to pick the ACT. So SAT shorter, 2 hours, 55 minutes. SAT is 3 hours and 45 minutes. And the SAT is way more complex than that of the ACT. With that, we also want to look, the ACT consists of 4 required multiple choice tests. So again, these are the 4 things that are required that are multiple choice, and you'll find on the ACT. Number 1, you're going to have English, you're going to have math, you're going to have reading, and you're going to have science. And then we said, remember, writing is on the test, but yet it is optional. So you can again choose to take the writing portion or not take the writing portion. So these are going to be the 3 required multiple choice tests that you're going to have. These are going to be answers to questions that you will have on your test. So I would write that the ACT consists of 4 required multiple choice tests: English, math, reading, science, optional, writing. So, and the same thing is going to be on the SAT. You'll have English, math, reading, science, writing. It's just a matter of what's going to hold more precedence, where the ACT will hold more precedence in the science and mathematics, where SAT will hold more precedence in the language of English and reading and writing. So, and of course, it's going to be a longer test to take. So these are required things that you will do on an ACT. If you do the practice ACT and you do the practice SAT, you'll see the difference. And one may be way more easier than the other. I took a SAT. I know a lot of people that took SAT and ACT, and I know people that just took the ACT. Another, while you're writing this, just another word of encouragement is don't wait to the last minute to take these things. The sooner that you can get them, the more that you can get them, the better your scores are. Continue to try to up your score. You have to schedule these tests. You just can't show up. You have to pay for them every time. And what I have found is some students who are prepared will start taking them in their junior year. Senior year, they'll start really bumping those scores up, getting them as high as they can. So when they're satisfied with their score, they'll be able to get into the college of their choice. And then I've seen other students wait literally until the last semester of their senior year before they start trying to take it. So just imagine right now, if you are a senior in high school and you have not taken your ACT or your SAT, or you've taken them, but your scores were really low. Well, we're in the middle of a quarantine. Schools are shut down. You can't take an ACT and SAT, and you may not even be able to take one before college starts in the fall. So you really want to think through what this looks like. So how do you prepare for that? When do you take it? And you want to take it as early as possible. Don't procrastinate on this because this will get you into the schools that you want to go to. And you never know what's going to happen that could delay you in from taking these tests that are important. Okay, so just to recap things that you need to understand: the ACT is shorter, the SAT is more complex. Writing, optional on the ACT. You have to take it and do writing on the SAT. The 4 pieces that are required for your ACT consist of English, math, reading, science, and optional writing. Okay, those are important because those are things that will be on your test when we take this. Okay, so make sure you have those things written down. If you didn't catch what I just said, the beauty of this is you can rewind that and play it back through, or you can pause the screen to write what you need to write. But we will continue talking about ACT tomorrow. In the meantime, just make sure this is in your notes, and we will see you next time.